Hello and welcome to this week's Mystic Message. This is a good reminder all the time, not just now, not just today or this week, but it is extra important right now. And this message is about balance. It's about maintaining the balance between our human physical self, right? Who you are right now in this physical body, connected to the earth, choosing to be in this incarnation, and our soul. And, whatever is higher, whatever you want to use, if it's God, if it's source, if it's the universe, whatever that kind of higher energy is. We need to really, really, really be firm on making sure we maintain this balance. And so, what's happening right now, energetically, is there's just a lot going on externally, right? There's a lot of solar energy coming and hitting us. And the more sensitive you are, the stronger you feel it. And there's also a lot of internal stuff that we're kind of moving out of, most of us, from winter. But whether it's internal stuff or this external chaos, right? That's something we're all feeling. We're feeling the politics. We're feeling, the state of the economy in the world. And we're all, a lot of us are in this survival mode of just trying to get by and challenges of life and the news. And it just kind of feels like everything external feels really negative and really heavy and really dense. And you combine that with this influx of solar energy that we're getting right now, a lot of solar flares, a lot of solar energy. And the solar energy, it's very high vibrational. And when you're not grounded and it hits you, it has nowhere to go. B, it is very high vibrational and it does spark activations and healing and a lot of things. And for a lot of people, when we receive a lot of solar flare energy, it can manifest very differently for all of us. But we tend to have, whether strong emotions come up, shadow stuff come up, or just activations, which is shifting and changing the makeup of our bodies, of our DNA, of our energy structure. It's impacting our chakras. It's impacting all of these different things, our physical body, our mental body, our emotional body, our energetic body, our etheric body, right? It's impacting all of these things. And so some people have a lot of physical symptoms. Some people have more emotional symptoms. Some people have more mental, thoughts and spiraling thoughts and things like that. And what ends up happening is, for many different reasons, we get very ungrounded when things are hard. When, and it can be for a couple different reasons, right? For a lot of us, it's a subconscious coping mechanism that we developed in childhood, right? When we were a kid and we felt physically unwell, or we were, went through different types of abuse, or we're even just lonely, right? There's a lot of different reasons we develop this as a coping mechanism, but a lot of us have this kind of natural reaction when things don't feel good. And so the more sensitive you are, the more intense it will feel. When things don't feel good, we pop out of body. And when we're not anchored into our physical body, it's hard to stay grounded. And when we're not grounded and we're not anchored, there's a plethora of all these different issues. And, so sometimes it is, due to challenges that are taking place and we've come out of body very easily. However, sometimes it's, I'm newly exploring the spiritual world, or maybe not even newly, maybe you've been exploring it for a long time. And your higher self and that connection is really divine and really exciting. And once you start to feel things like 0 point energy, which is just complete neutrality, it's like that Zen state, right? That ultimate peace, right? When we feel that, we decide, wow, that feels good. I want more of that. And when we choose, I want more of that, that is, I want more of higher dimensional, I want more of high vibrational, I want more of all of these things that don't really exist in our third dimensional reality. And when we decide, I want more of that, we're imbalanced and we become ungrounded and we're kind of floating. And so that is the message is a lot of us are in this kind of floaty space. We're not anchored in. Whether it is I'm so deep down these spiritual rabbit holes and I find my higher self to be better than my human self. I find higher dimensions to be better than this third dimensional reality. I find high vibration to be better than low vibration, right? When you find yourself in that space, you disconnect from everything lower. And guess what? If you weren't here to learn lessons from this level of frequency and dimension, you wouldn't be here. And so, if you're not anchored in and you're not grounded, you're not here learning the things that you came here to learn. You didn't come here to bypass the human experience. So whether it's due to some kind of subconscious bypassing of the lower frequencies, or and a lot of it, it's with good intentions, right? It's this is cool, I want more of this, right? Been there. I spent a lot of time in meditation my first year of doing this work, to the point that my team cut me right off. Every time I'd go to meditate, I would fall asleep because I was just becoming very imbalanced. I was so into this stuff. It was so fun. It was so exciting to learn and expand and all of these things. I was like, screw the human thing. That's not fun. Why do I want to do that? And that is not healthy for our physical, our mental, our emotional, or our energetic bodies. It is not what we came here to do. We came here to maintain balance. And so, again, whether it is this kind of spiritual exploration or I'm being hit with a lot of solar energy, the world around me is chaotic. My life is a complete tower moment, right? The tower card from tarot, where it's everything is falling apart. My finances or my relationships, or it's the economy, and or the decisions that are being made in politics. And there's a lot of lower vibrational, fear-based stuff in our external world, the external outside of us, right? And that stuff can feel really not good. And we can have a very subconscious escapism coping mechanism. Whether it's I physically don't feel well, right? Whether, I personally, I get really physical side effects from solar energy. I get headaches. I am extremely fatigued. My stomach doesn't feel good. And then it becomes this ripple effect because my physical body doesn't feel good and my energy levels are lower. And then lower thoughts start to creep in. And if I feed those lower thoughts, then the lower emotions creep in. And it becomes this snowball effect to, I don't want to be in this right now. I'm going to go escape. And it's subconscious, right? You don't realize how out of body you really are. And then the more out of body that you are, the harsher that a lot of this energy is, because we're meant to be balanced. We're meant to be here, anchored into the earth, and also connected above. That's why when we're connected from our crown chakra up to God, universe, whatever word you want to use. And then we're connected from our root chakra through our grounding cord that anchors us into the earth. And we're meant to be anchored, and we're meant to be these conduits that allows this higher energy to flow through and go into the earth. But when you're not grounded and you're not anchored, it doesn't go through you and into the earth. It just goes into you and then it's stuck. And now you have way higher vibrational energy than what feels good, because our physical bodies are just naturally lower vibrational than this cosmic energy. And when it has nowhere to go, it can be it can cause nervous system issues. It can cause chronic inflammation. It can cause a lot of things being very ungrounded like that and having this energy flow in. And so this week's message is a reminder to maintain balance, not only for ourselves, but for the earth. Because like I said, it flows in through us, goes through our system, which is why we want our chakra system totally open and clear. And then it goes down our root, and then it goes into the earth. And that is how Mother Gaia receives so much of this energy, is through us being anchored in. And so not only is it for ourselves to maintain balance, because that's what this is all about. The human experience, all of our experiences are to be different, but in general, we're here to maintain the balance of understanding there's more. I have a higher self. I am multidimensional. I have these higher vibrational and higher dimensional counterparts. All that exists. But guess what? I'm also here to be a human. And so I am meant to watch the sunset, to appreciate the flower blooming outside in my backyard, to feel the grass on my feet, to connect with other human beings, to connect with the earth and nature and animals. We are here to do that. That is a part of everybody's experience. I don't care what your soul purpose is, a part of your purpose to be here is to experience the human thing, to experience lower vibrational emotions, to feel, all of these earthly things, to enjoy food, to enjoy sex, to enjoy human connection, and to touch the earth and connect with her. And so we need it, and then Mother Gaia also needs it. And so this is a twofold message. It's something that we all need, and it's a big reminder right now, especially because so much higher vibrational energy is coming in. And the more that we can help to anchor that in, the better everything is gonna be, right? If you're someone who wants this better reality, this new earth, this 5D, this Christ consciousness, again, whatever term you want to put on it, I don't really care. If you're someone who wants this better world that we all love and care about each other and it's built in compassion and empathy, do your part. Do your part. Be in your body, be grounded, and allow this energy to anchor in through you. You cannot avoid the human experience, right? You can try, but it's only going to get you so far. You're only going to ascend so far. And I use that in quotations because there's a lot of connotations of what that even really means. But in my mind, it's really just vibrationally shifting, right? But you're only going to go so far if you're completely disconnected to the now, to this reality. We choose incarnations for a reason, and we cannot escape it. We cannot bypass what takes place here, whether it is the really hard, challenging moments that we're trying to escape from because they're painful, whether physically, mentally, or emotionally, or because we think there's something better. Why would I even want to be here, right? We are meant to feel it, right? This is a unique experience being here, and you're meant to experience it. And so let yourself experiencing it. Let yourself experience the lows and the highs. And you don't need to be in Zen space, 0 point all the time, right? When you leave this incarnation and go back to your higher self, it will be easy peasy. That will be your natural state most of the time. This is an opportunity to feel the spectrum of emotion that exists here. And it sucks, some of the lower ones, but they teach us things. And once we face those things, the highs become higher. So I always say pendulum swings both way, right? The further into the dark that you can feel, experience emotions, thoughts, energies, the further into the light that you can feel and experience and harness. And so, again, this is your message and your reminder for balance. Go outside, ground yourself. If you're watching this, chances are you're already very connected above. Your crown chakra is probably very open. You're very, very connected to the cosmos, to God, to your higher self. And chances are you need to be more grounded. And so go outside, plant your feet in the earth, feel the air on your skin, have a little fire and just gaze at the fire. Go to the ocean or go to a local river or stream and stand in it, right? Whatever element you feel drawn to, this is your call to go connect with it. All right. Mwah. I hope that this helps.